Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, as round 1 for Pisces Cup is going to be starting here in just over a day, I thought now would be a good time to just kind of make a quick video to showcase my team going into Pisces Cup, with Make a New Track or Track Blazer being the first one, a long one. It has been quite difficult to make as strong of an Uma as I'd like, but I think I have something decent going into it that will easily get me into the finals and give me a good shot at potentially winning it. So first we'll go over here and look at them. Now, realistically, I only have 2 actual aces that can win, and then the other one being a runaway Silent Suzuka that's going to help carry them to win. So I am going with the double front runner, and then Silent Suzuka to push them forward to hopefully pretty much stop the end closers from even having a chance, so that I'm primarily just going to be competing with the other end closers or the other front runners and potentially some strong pace chasers if they get lucky. And the main reason I went with this is because I did make a Narita Taishin. We can just take a look at her. I kept working on trying to get a strong one. She is a big clock eater, so she has been a big pain to try and even make good. And you might hear my dog in the background barking right now. And so this is the best I could get on her. I mean, and this is after quite a few runs, and it's just she takes a lot of clocks up. Getting that good stamina, power, and then also high wit is pretty brutal. And with the whole strategy with front runners anyway, end closers, from all of my experience I've had, are not as strong as a good front runner. And I've done that even with testing, even with watching other people that have strong end closers, they're not performing as good. So even though I built one, she will not be going in this one. Instead, we will be going with we'll start with my Kita-san Black, the first one I made. Not as strong as I'd like, but she's also kind of another pain in the butt with the clocks. Eating a lot of clocks because of her mile. I hate dealing with Umas that need the mile sparks to be able to do all of the races, making it much harder to get that long S. She came out good enough. She does quite well. We don't have groundwork activated, or we don't have groundwork in general, but it's not really needed with taking the lead, because it's so long and it lasts so long. You get primarily up to your max speed just from that alone, and she gets in good positioning. She has long corners, front runner corners, straightaways, leader's pride, blast forward, although I do regret taking blast forward, but I really didn't have too much other options. When it works, it does work, but it's not as strong as, say, if I had another skill to go with it. We have corner adept, and then to kind of finish it off strong, we have duty and dignity calls. And the radiant star, kind of a gamble skill for an extra heal if needed alongside swinging maestro, because it's a little bit scary on the stamina. It's fine. She can win primarily with just swinging maestro, but that's just a little extra to increase. I think it was like 75% spurt rate to now taking up to like 90, and so these extra 2 do help there. And Radiant Star is also a good, you can get some good speed carryover if you get lucky with it alongside some of these others. So decent enough, not crazy strong, but oh, and then the deck I used for this one, this was borrowing Fuku. Really not a fan of Fuku, although on this run I think I did finish her entire chain to get the lucky 7 gold skill. I'm not going to take it, it sucks. But we did get all the stats off that. Super Creek to get the stamina, going just with Super Creek. Of course, then we have the wit cards, Fine Motion, Nice Nature, Biko Pegasus. And one of the reasons I don't like Kita-san Black is she sucks at the miles because her alt's completely useless. So you just need to come into the run with as much power as you can early on, just to be able to outright win. And that's what bringing her was for. Now there's all the other option, which was to bring which I've kind of started switching to for stats depending on my needs, which is Tosin Jordan. Could have went with the 3 speed and could have got power off the speed cards, and Tosin Jordan bringing speed and power, but this worked plenty enough to get that. I mean, if I didn't have her as a power card, I probably wouldn't have hit the stamina mark. But in the future for the mediums, potentially Tosin Jordan if I need it for just some starting stats. Because I don't actually have Fuku myself, which she's really good for those starting stats when you need them. Luckily, in the mediums and stuff, the Umas I'm using are going to naturally be good with their alts, like Mihono Bourbon, which we're going to take a look at here, and we're not going to have to worry about that as much. Now, Mihono Bourbon is a big ace. She's the one that's going to be the one that's going to win the most. Only real negative for me with her is a little bit lower on the wit than I'd like. I'd prefer to have 1,000. We do have Frontrunner Savvy to add a little bit here. But with her, of course, we got early lead. We got the dodging danger prudent positioning combo. We have concentration, so she's going to come out of the gate really, really strong with all that stuff. But then also a fairly strong mid-game. Now, I did not get Professor of Curvature. It sucks. I do have Kita-san Black in my deck, but one of the things I tried out with her that worked really well in the longs was bringing Narita Bryan stamina. And even though I didn't get Professor of Curvature, we did luck out the finish Beeline Burst, which is also very strong alongside it. And having that plus playtime's over, which those both can activate multiple times. We got double right-handed Spring Runner. Kind of helps make up for the lack of max speed right there. We have Inside Scoop, long corners. Like she pushes very strongly in keeping, getting into the lead and then keeping it. And then when she also does take off at the end, she has Bark Hero of Blessings, and that one helps with the extra speed at the end alongside Victory Cheer. Of course, we got Inside Scoop. And she can also get a Beeline Burst at the very end to help her win. Also, this can be used... Beeline Burst has just been crazy good. It can get you speed carryover. It can help get you speed at the end to finish off the race strongly. Or even in the early race, it can activate to push you to the front in the end of the early race. And it can do all three of those in the same run. That is how strong that one is. So, overall, she does very, very well, even in my scrims I've done with viewers online. And typically, I don't do as well in the matches I do with viewers. I mean, I do decent enough to showcase that I can win, and I will win consistently, decently well against the champions meetings, which are much weaker. But this one, I was actually doing well even against my own people. I'm getting like a 50% win rate, it feels like. And that's with just these two aces, because my Narita Taishin doesn't like win at all unless she's stupidly lucky. And then going into it, the Silent Suzuka that I've kind of practiced with a couple of them on which one kind of performed the best in helping not only elevate my team forward, but then falling off early enough that I can get past them if necessary at the end. Now, you only need to be in second place, so ultimately, Narita, if against normal, like the normal champion team's opponents, the goal is that like my Mihono Bourbon or Kita-san Black's in second place, Silent Suzuka holds first, and thus basically blocks any other Kita-sans or Mihono Bourbons or Summer Maruzenskis from getting their ult. And so the one I'm going to be going with is this one. It was originally one built for, I don't even remember. I think this was a mile build attempt. This was an attempt for, yeah, I have the Dirt Sparks. So this was for Aquarius Cup. Didn't work out for her, but she has high wit, high speed, decent enough power to kind of get out there. We have now Runaway, Concentration, taking the lead for groundwork. Also, well, Front Runner Savvy, Runaway. Then all we need is either Concentration taking the lead to get groundwork off. She just needs to get out into the front. Don't need a strong mid-game or anything on her. She just needs to get out in the front. She holds it decent enough, and then she seems to get past at a good timing a majority of the time. Very rarely is she just completely outright blocking. And so most of the time I can get that victory cheer off of either Kita-san Black or Mihono Bourbon, or both of them. I'm expecting in, especially round 1, both Kita-san Black and Mihono Bourbon to perform extremely well. Yeah, I didn't go more into depth in the deck here other than Narita Bryan. But basically a similar deck, although I dropped Fuku for Narita Bryan as the borrow, brought Biko Pegasus instead of Fuku. And then, of course, I have Super Creek, Fine Motion, and Nice Nature with Kita-san Black. Very, very strong deck now. I mean, it's a very whale deck. Many people didn't have the option to really go with this. And then also long-ass Turfest, so she is pretty strong. But yeah, I just thought I'd go over it. I am ready. We are not too long off from the Champions meeting here. I should be able to stream as soon as it drops here in, 28 hours? Hopefully to be live immediately, so we'll watch viewer runs, and then we'll go right into mine and go through them through the week, and then watch the finals at the end. I will be making a video here either today or tomorrow on the next Champions meetings, which is going to be the Nakayama 2000. That one is going to be quite fun and interesting, but then again, it's also going to be Christmas Ogre Cap dominant, because she's got a super consistent speed carry over acceleration that you're not going to have really too many problems if you build a strong one at always getting to activate correctly. But yeah, that's going to be it for now on this video, and if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps, and thanks for watching.